Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 29th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we will be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, and that's for the main message for everyone. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Crystal Angels Divination deck, also by Doreen Virtue. Now you may see that there's an extra card over here. This is also a special message, but it's for everyone, and this is from the Archangel Divination deck by Doreen Virtue. So we'll also take a look at that in a little while. So let's start by taking a look at your stones of choice. Now this is the week of the full moon lunar eclipse, and it's going to be a powerful one. It's going to be a powerful week with the astrological energies. So all of these stones are clear quartz crystals, but with a little bit of a different twist to them. Okay, your first stone of choice is a clear quartz crystal pyramid. You can see how clear this is. So using our intuition, we can say that if this is your stone of choice, this is about taking clear intentions and bringing them down into manifestation onto the third dimensional plane. As you can see, this quartz pyramid has a point at the top, and this is a focus of energy. So it has a two-part meaning here. One, you can actually focus your intentions for this full moon lunar eclipse, giving them out to the universe, sending your intentions out to the universe, your visualizations. And then also, it also will take those intentions and again disperse them. As you can see, this is a three-dimensional pyramid. Disperse them down into this plane of reality, onto this earth plane. And it's very important to make sure that your intentions are clear this week. And again, this is going to help to ground things, ground your goals, your dreams, your desires into manifestation. Okay, the second stone of choice, also a clear quartz crystal, but this is a rutilated quartz. And you might be able to see the rutile, as they call it, within the quartz. I don't know how well you can see that here in this light, but this is, there's a lot of busyness going on here. So intuitively, with the rutilated quartz, I feel if you choose this as your stone of choice, that this full moon lunar eclipse is going to bring in a lot of activity, a lot of changes, a lot of redirectional energies. And the thing about this is you might want some extreme changes, and if that's the case, this would be your stone of choice. But these extreme changes and redirections, you can see that the rutile is going in all different directions. There's no real order or focus to it. So it might be a little overwhelming for some of you to have some of these changes and redirections without being able to focus in your own energy. But again, if you're in a situation or a circumstance to where you just feel stagnant and you feel like things aren't moving in the direction that you had hoped, or you just want big, huge changes and redirections in your life and you're ready for that, this rutilated quartz is going to be the stone for you. And then the last quartz here, this is a clear quartz crystal point, but what's significant about this quartz is that it's called a bridge crystal. And I don't know, can you see this? There's a little itty bitty crystal down here at the base, and I'm going to just kind of twist it around here so you can see it. This is considered a bridge crystal because of this tiny secondary crystal that's growing out of the base of the main crystal. And so what is a bridge crystal? It's pretty self-explanatory. This is going to help to bridge you from one state of existence into another state of existence. Or it can help to bridge the worlds. In other words, the third dimensional reality that we're living in, it can help to bridge you into a higher dimension, a fifth dimensional energy, or into the higher realms of universal living, growth, evolution, etc. So think of it again in terms of all the ways that this bridge crystal can help bridge you from one state of existence or reality into the next, or into the next phase. It helps to bridge you. It's like you're crossing a bridge. So if you're ready to cross that bridge into something new, this might be the crystal of choice for you this week. So let's go ahead and talk about the astrology, because again, it's a powerful week and there is a lot going on, or at least a fair amount. On Tuesday, the 24th, we have Venus, the planet that rules love and relationships, as well as money and finances. It also rules our sense of self-worthiness. It's in the sign of Virgo right now, and it's opposing Neptune, which is the planet of the spiritual realm, the planet of things unseen, the planet that rules the intangible in our lives because it rules that spiritual dimension. And of course, Neptune is in Pisces right now, its ruling sign. So with Venus opposing Neptune, how might that, come about, or what kind of energies can we expect? Well, again, Venus ruling money and finances, and Neptune being the intangible and the unseen forces of the universe, there might be almost a dissipating effect here. It's almost like, you're wondering where your money went, or all of a sudden something comes up and it kind of usurps your money. Or it can have the opposite effect, to where there's this magical spiritual quality of Neptune that brings in some sort of blessing on the financial level. And because Venus is in Virgo, it's about paying attention to the details. It's about like creating a list or creating a plan. It's like creating a budget with your money, or again, creating the steps on paper that need to be taken to reach your goal, or to reach your dream, or the next step on your path. So again, you never know, sort of like with Uranus, you never know what you're going to get. It's sort of like that with Neptune, because Neptune can be, again, this energy to where there's ungrounded or unfocused, ethereal kind of energy, but it also is a magical, spiritual, blessing sort of planet as well, as long as you stay in a place of faith and trust. So in regards to relationships, this could be, again, something to where there's a romantic kind of energy surrounding relationships. But also we have to remember, again, Venus is in Virgo, and Virgo tends to be a little bit too logical for Venus. It's a very logical mental sign, and Virgo tends to be detail-oriented, and sometimes it can be a little critical, and this can either be towards yourself or towards other people, especially since Venus does rule our sense of self-worth and how, worthy and deserving we feel. So we might be being hard on ourselves, or we might be being a little overly critical of ourselves, or it could be pulling in energies from significant other people in our life, the relationships in our life, to where that comes about too, and we're left feeling a little dazed and confused. So again, there could be a magical sort of energy here, or because of Venus kind of being grounded in that earth sign of Virgo, it might be like a reality check kind of thing in regards to relationships and money. On Wednesday the 25th, the Sun is in a challenging aspect to Uranus. Now the Sun right now is in Leo. It's just moved into Leo as of last week. The Sun in Leo likes to shine its light, and it likes to be creative, and it likes to be a leader as well. But again, Uranus, expect the unexpected, and Uranus is the rebel, and Uranus brings changes, and it's quick and sudden changes and redirections with Uranus. So with the Sun challenging Uranus on Wednesday, and remember too that these energies that I speak of on the day that they happen, we're going to feel them before that. So a day or two before these actually take place, you're going to be feeling this energy. But the Sun challenging Uranus could be something unexpected. It could bring some sudden shift in regards to our how we shine our light, or how our personality is exuded out into the world, or just something sudden, unexpected, or shocking, or surprising may happen. And this is especially true because as we move throughout the week and we move towards that full moon lunar eclipse on Friday, the Sun will then be also on Friday opposing Mars in Aquarius. And so because the Sun starts out on Wednesday challenging Uranus, and by Friday is opposing Mars, this is considered a T-square configuration. And a T-square sometimes is a very challenging aspect pattern to deal with. And because we're leading up to that full moon lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse makes energies much more powerful, there's something definitely that's transitioning here, something unexpected, especially with Mars in Aquarius. Mars is our energy movement, or our physical vitality or energy. It's also about, moving forward, towards our goals and such. So there's something that's going to unexpectedly redirect us, I feel, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about this when we get to Friday regarding the full moon lunar eclipse. Okay, and then on Thursday the 26th, something else that's very important here is that Mercury is going retrograde. Now this is the day before the lunar eclipse. Mercury rules our thoughts, our ideas, our communications, connections on a mental level with other people, or, just within our own mind as well. As it goes retrograde at 23 degrees of Leo, it's going to retrograde all the way back to 11 degrees of Leo before turning direct on August 19th. Now Mercury has already been in its shadow, okay? We call it the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. That started on July 7th. So around that time of July 7th, we already started experiencing some of the effects of what Mercury retrograde is going to be all about, which could be miscommunications, missed appointments, having to reschedule things. Could be even about travel or flight, where things are a little bit in disarray, or there's cancellations that occur. Of course, Mercury retrograde, it's never a good time to buy or purchase anything new. It's never a good time to start anything that's brand new. Now, if it's starting something new within something that's already been going on, then that's okay. Now, but again, to sign any contracts or like begin a business, the very first beginnings of any kind of venture, not really a good time. What Mercury retrograde is good for is to redo things that have already been started or that are already in motion. So you can revisit or revise or restructure, all of these things, reanalyze your plans. Those kind of things are good for the Mercury retrograde period. And then, on Friday, we get to Friday the 27th. We start out the day with the sun, as I mentioned earlier, opposing Mars. And we already kind of talked about that being some sort of sudden redirection or sudden change of movement forward in some way. And then, of course, the full moon lunar eclipse happens at 4 degrees of Aquarius. Okay, meaning the sun is at 4 degrees of Leo and the moon is opposing that sun at 4 degrees of Aquarius. Now Mars is at 4 degrees of Aquarius. Okay, so and the other thing too, besides the full moon being at 4 degrees Aquarius, Mars being at 4 degrees Aquarius, but the Lunar South Node is also around 4 or 5 degrees of Aquarius. And so the South Node has to do with the past. Either the past in regards to this life or the past in regards to previous lifetime incarnations. Mars is an activator, okay? It's about energy and movement and activation of something. The full moon is the energy coming to a head regarding something, and then after the full moon, it's about releasing and letting go. And of course, the lunar eclipse makes it even more intense, longer lasting, stronger than a normal full moon. So what I'm feeling here is that there's a situation or a circumstance from the past that needs to be revisited or pops back into your life to be looked at in some way, shape, or form. Now that's not all that's going to be happening, because of course that lunar eclipse, that energy that will last for many weeks here on out, is also, again, bringing something to a head. And it's also about releasing something that no longer works or fits in the scheme of things. Now remember, this lunar eclipse comes after that new moon solar eclipse we had 2 weeks ago, and then about 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the date of the lunar eclipse, we'll be having another new moon solar eclipse. So this is about endings and new beginnings and transitions and changes that help to redirect us towards our truth, helps to redirect us and put us in alignment with where it is we need to go next, whether or not we are consciously aware of it or not. Then the last thing that happens is also on Friday the 27th, and that's Venus, and it's going to be in a positive aspect to Pluto. Now Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, transformation, transition. It's about power, okay? So this is about empowering yourself. This is about empowering the divine feminine. This is about empowering yourself in regards to how you feel about yourself, in regards to your money and financial situation, and empowering yourself in regards to relationship matters as well. Okay, so a very full and busy week. So let's go ahead and look at the messages from our angels and guides here. Now, the first card I pulled, actually 2 cards came out. So we're going to look at this first card of the 2. And it's the Eight of Raphael, which is the Eight of Cups in the traditional tarot deck. Now, the message at the bottom says, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right. A spiritual quest. Or do what you know is right for you. Is that what it actually says? So, this number 8 is about power. It's about empowerment. It's about balancing the masculine and the feminine energies. It's in the suit of cups, which is a very feminine energy. The suit of Raphael here is like the cup suit in the traditional tarot. So this is a very divine feminine energy, but it's like a power number here. So we're really needing to empower ourselves as far as how we feel, empower ourselves as far as our emotional bodies, and know that whatever is coming to an end or whatever doesn't seem to be working out is in our highest and best interest. As it says here, and I really believe that this is a main part of the message here, is that there is something better waiting for you, okay? Again, that full moon lunar eclipse in a couple of weeks thereafter is going to be bringing some releasing, letting go, some endings, okay? And so whatever, and it might be just endings on an emotional level, it might be coming to grips with something emotionally or even mentally speaking. It might be your belief systems that need to change. So it could be energetic, but this could also be about situations and circumstances. And your angels and guides want you to know that, as you empower yourself here, especially on the emotional level, that just as this young lady here is getting ready to kind of move forward here, that you're going to be moving to a better place. You're going to be moving into a better space, a better situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second card that came out with that first card. Okay, so this is Major Arcana number 18 and the Moon card. Very subconscious card, and a card that does rule our feelings and our emotions, and a lot of times can be a little tricky to traverse, that emotional body and everything that we go through. We do have to honor our feelings and everything, whether we're feeling frustration or whether we're feeling down or whether we're feeling anxious. It's all a part of the human experience. Now, this is ruled by Archangel Haniel, and Archangel Haniel is the archangel that rules our psychic senses, our intuitions, our healing abilities, and our subconscious as well. Just as the moon is about the subconscious, Archangel Haniel can help us in releasing some heavier energies or belief systems on the subconscious level. The message at the bottom says, the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, and face your fears and grow stronger. So whatever you're moving through emotionally, it's helping you to get to the next step of your evolution and growth. It's helping you to take your power back. It's helping you, again, as it says, to become stronger within yourself. Now, I think it's very interesting here that the first card, the Eight of Raphael, says there is something better waiting for you. And this card says the opportunity to improve your plans. So, there's something here, especially with Mercury going retrograde this week, again, where we're needing to redo something or revise something, whether it's revising a project or revising our plans or what our goals are, that is in our highest and best interest. So know that if you're feeling like you're being delayed because Mercury is going retrograde and all these eclipses are happening, it's for a reason. It's so that we can move towards something better and improve upon what we may have already begun or started in regards to what we're wanting to manifest. So let's take a look at the second card here. Okay, the second card is the Knight of Michael. This is like the Knight of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the message at the top says strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Okay, it's all about the mind here and the intellect and logic. The message at the bottom says time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion. And again, with the first two cards, the Eight of Raphael and the Moon card, we're going to feel rather emotional as we're approaching that full moon lunar eclipse. We always feel a little bit more emotional during a full moon period, but with it being a lunar eclipse, even more so. So this is asking us to stay a little bit more on the logical side if we can, to balance ourselves into being a little bit more intellectual about some of the decisions that we need to make. or what we may need to make a decision on or decide upon. The last message here says sudden changes. So after it says choose logic over emotions, it says sudden changes. And we've already been discussing that this can be a week where there's sudden changes or redirections, with the sun challenging Uranus and opposing Mars and the full moon lunar eclipse all wrapped up into one. So don't make any sudden changes based on your emotions, is the message I'm getting here. Make any sudden changes or redirections, or tweak, what you're doing, or revise what you're doing, or come up with a new plan regarding what you're doing based on more of a logical, intellectual standpoint. So it's going to be very important to try to center, stay balanced, meditate, ground yourself out in nature. This could be just standing in your backyard in your bare feet to kind of ground yourself, because you want to make decisions based on more of a logic mental body state rather than an emotional body state. And let's look at the last card here. The last card is the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana number 10. This is definitely saying there's a turning point here happening. There's endings and new beginnings. This is with Archangel Jeremiah, and he's the archangel that can help us review the past so that we can move forward into our future with the knowledge or the insight that we need to do so. So the message at the bottom says new beginnings and the end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Okay, so I feel like in the long term, especially as we move into August and that last solar eclipse that will be happening, we're definitely going to see changes. Know that it's leading you in the right direction, just as the Wheel of Fortune here says that the changes are going to offer happiness, okay? And it may feel challenging as we're moving through these energies, but again, know that you're being guided, know that you're being protected, and know that you're moving or being moved in the right direction with some of these changes. So, again, the Wheel of Fortune. And it says the end of delays. I feel like they're saying that we're really going to see more of the end of delays as Mars turns back to direct motion. And that's going to be in August. I don't remember the exact date, but in August, Mars will turn back to direct motion, and then we'll really see things start to move forward. So know that this is again, a revision time period in regards to our hopes and our dreams and our projects and, what we're trying to do or what we're trying to manifest in life. But this is a very good sign here with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the special message for everyone from the Archangel Divination deck. Okay, this is clairaudience, and it's with Archangel Zadkiel. And Archangel Zadkiel's message says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So this is about intuiting messages. It's about hearing messages, okay? Now this could be physically hearing messages from your angels and guides. This could be like the thoughts that are within your head is kind of clairaud. That's what clairaudience is. Sometimes it feels like it's just thoughts within your own head that you're having. But really, this is a clairaudient psychic ability to where you're receiving messages from higher realms or from your angels and guides, and it sounds like or feels like it's thoughts in your own head. Now, this is also saying that some of that intuitive guidance could be coming from other people, from family, from friends, from, spiritual teachers, etc. So even a random conversation with someone you don't know could definitely provide intuitive insight or valuable insight. So make sure that you're just paying attention to and are aware of any of the messages and the ways that your angels and guides may be trying to bring that in for you this week. Okay, so before we run out of time, let's look at what your special message card is depending on your stone of choice. So that first stone of choice was that clear crystal pyramid, and giving this a little bit of a shuffle, I'm drawn to this one here. Clear crystal pyramid, people, malachite and prosperity. Now remember, prosperity isn't just about money and finances, although it definitely could be, but prosperity is about abundance and blessings and good energies coming in. This could be gifts that are given to you. This could be about a change in circumstances that is very, fortuitous, very blessing oriented. The message at the bottom, there's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. Okay, so I do feel like there's things that are coming to you, again, whether they come from other people or from the universe, you know, your angels and guides supporting you. There's blessings and gifts on the way. So know that prosperity and abundance is coming. You might even want to carry some malachite with you. That's the wonderful, beautiful green stone. Malachite is good for prosperity and abundance, also good for emotional healing and balancing the heart chakra as well. But this is definitely a good sign for those of you that chose that clear crystal pyramid. Now, for those of you that chose the rutilated quartz crystal, you know, you want a whole revamp on your life, you want some sudden shifts in your circumstances. So the rutilated quartz people, amethyst. It says revealing your true self. The message at the bottom, as you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So not only will you feel loved for who you truly are, but I'm hearing that revealing your true self, living your truth, being authentic, that's what's going to bring in the changes. That's what's going to bring in the changes that you're seeking, or the redirections that you're seeking, the blessings that you're seeking. It's going to come from being your true and authentic self, not hiding your gifts, not lowering your standards, not feeling self-conscious or negative in any way about yourself, but living in your truth, living through a sense of integrity, and just really letting your light shine. Now again, you may want to get some amethyst and carry some amethyst with you, or sleep with some amethyst. I'm hearing that you want to pay attention to your dreams this week, as amethyst can open up that crown chakra. If you put it under your pillow, you might have some very prophetic dreams, or some dreams that give you some sort of message or guidance as you move forward through this week and in the weeks ahead. All right, and then for those of you that chose the bridge crystal, as you're ready to bridge yourself into a new energy or a new reality, or you need that kind of bridging circumstance to kind of get you there, I'm being drawn to this one here. And this one is ametrine, which is very interesting. Ametrine is a cross between amethyst and citrine. Of course, amethyst is the purple stone and citrine is the golden yellow stone. So right away, we're bridging the crown chakra and the solar plexus. We're bridging your sense of power, willpower, and empowerment with opening up to divine guidance and opening up to the blessings of the universe with the ametrine. And the message at the bottom, balancing masculine and feminine energies. It says, allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. And that's really, again, with those stones, that citrine that rules the solar plexus is a very masculine energy, because that is where we own our power. That is where our sense of leadership and willpower and confidence and courage comes from. And then, of course, that amethyst is very humanitarian, very divine, unconditional love and compassion, which is the very feminine energy. So if you merge those energies together within yourself, and the other way to look at this is, the masculine energy needs to take action and make things happen, but the feminine energy just goes with the flow and allows things to unfold. You have to kind of combine both of those energies this week and in the weeks following this eclipse to help you to manifest or help things to unfold or expand in the way that you desire. All right, so I hope everyone has liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you all for your comments, your love, your support, sharing my videos, subscribing to my channel. For all of those that have followed me on Facebook and Instagram, thank you so much. And I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings.